Good morning. Jina langu GG. Ujumbe wangu kwa waziri mkuu wa Israel Benjamin Netanyahu. Ujumbe wangu ni kuhusiana na mpaka. Nakumbuka mwaka 2018 nilitoa unabii kwamba nimeona mgongano wa mipaka kwa nchi ya Israel na nchi zingine. Hiki ndicho kinacho endelea chini. Naombea busara za Mungu, ufanye maamuzi sahihi, sababu itaathiri sana ili jambo likitokea. Naombea nchi ya Israel na nchi zingine katika jina la Yesu. Amen.
It was perhaps unusual that the President of the United States would announce a treaty between two other countries, but that's what happened in the Oval Office.
This is a truly historic moment.
The President said he brokered talks over the past year that brought what will be known as the Abraham Accord, to be signed by the United Arab Emirates and Israel at the White House in the coming weeks.
This deal is a significant step towards building a more peaceful, secure, and prosperous Middle East.
At his side, the US ambassador to Israel and his son-in-law, senior advisor Jared Kushner, whose Middle East peace plan was released in January, and who played a key role in this new accord.
I would like to say to the people of the region, Muslims, Jews, Christians, that this does give hope, that the problems of the past do not condemn you to a future with conflict. There is a lot of hope and a lot of potential, and this will benefit you, and this will also benefit people here in America.
As part of the accord, Israel will suspend, but not cancel, plans to annex part of the occupied West Bank. Speaking to Al Jazeera, Mustafa Barghouti said if there was a peace deal, it should have been with the Palestinians.
This act by the Emirate and Israel is nothing but a step in the back of the Palestinian people and an act of normalization at the expense of the Palestinian people.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had earlier chaired a coronavirus task force meeting of his government, but left abruptly, telling those present, "You'll soon find out why." But while speaking in Jerusalem, he will be aware he may leak political support domestically for shelving annexation plans.
President Trump put the annexation into his peace plan. Those who criticize me should know I said time and again that annexation will only be made in accordance with the United States. Without that, it is worthless, and it will damage the settlements.
There have been discussions at various levels between the UAE and Israel for years. It seems now each was preparing the ground for this announcement. From the official Twitter account of the UAE leader Mohammed bin Zayed, a simple statement. During a call with President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu, an agreement was reached to stop further Israeli annexation of Palestinian territories. The UAE and Israel also agreed to cooperation and setting a roadmap towards establishing a bilateral relationship. The idea is that both leaders will visit the White House in coming weeks to sign the deal with Donald Trump centre stage. He obviously believes that this will help in the run-up to the presidential election in November. But rarely are American elections decided by events abroad, particularly during a public health and financial crisis. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, at the White House.